Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who it is. It's your boy Pharaoh the God, always on the job. I got five. Let's talk. And as always, it's real talk, raw talk. And y'all know it's that time again to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell another friend. Share, like, and subscribe. Don't hide. As always, welcome to another day of I Got Five. Let's Talk, the platform hosted by yours truly, Pharaoh the God. It was quite crazy that damn, they ain't even around. I guess they is. These are the people that are the food stamp people. I'm gonna go ahead and get out the way though. These are the people for the reason for your food stamps being gone. Like, no doubt. Y'all can think otherwise, right? I know people are saying, oh, people, yeah. But what do you see? What do you see? You do not see no black people up there. We've all heard the stories, the conjuncture. Some even believed in it. It's neither here nor there. The media has always planned that black people are the most people on welfare. They abuse the system. They wear good clothes. Or they have all these children and they're misusing the funds of welfare. It's kind of ironic that when you go into the find the abusers to be black. You don't. And it's going to be a lot of people out there, he's being racist. He's using, but that's what repeatedly over the years. One black person does something and it becomes this what the black community is about, X, Y, and the third. Now, when you have people all across America going to jail for welfare fraud, a big sting, and none of them people are black, this is the reason why y'all food stamps going right here. The biggest arrest in welfare history. This the reason your food stamps going right there. People complain about black people being welfare. Oh, they're lazy people. But what about these people right here that's frauding the government from people that really need it? But that ain't the all. But that ain't the whole of it though. And see, some people don't understand, and this is why I tell people, man, you know, you got to look at what's not being right. Remember when Trump and Elon was being cool, right? They was doing all this shit, shutting down the government, and a lot of that was really about. And a lot of people don't understand why the food stamps got taken. Nigga, shit, hell, I need them motherfuckers. And why food stamps have been taken? Because of things like this. We're gonna run this short clip for you.
Says investigators have uncovered massive food stamp program. Rollins says thousands of dead people and ineligible recipients are still getting benefits.
So we gonna stop right there. A lot of dead people. Hey, shout out to Sticky Fingers, always in the building. Salute for coming through, King. Salute to the mind. Salute to the guys. He's on the job. Salute, salute, salute. Let's talk about it, man. A lot of people are mad and they think that this welfare, not getting your food stamps is something bad. To understand, there are people that is out there receiving food stamps, receiving government aid for dead people. We're going to play this right back, man. Because you got to understand, I know people are sitting up here saying, oh, Pharaoh, man, but you throwing up these pictures, you know what I'm saying, the welfare fraud. Why did this fraud, why did this investigation take place? And right here, one more again, man, you feel me? So y'all could understand it. This ain't what I'm saying. This is what the media is saying over the years, perpetrating that black people are the ones frauding the government out of government assistance. I'm not, see, I'm of the belief that no matter what government you are, American, any government, I feel there should be some assistance. The word I'm trying to say, subsidiary, I forgot it. I can't say it right now. But there should be some type of assistance that the government, where, the elite they know what the elite are doing. They save the elites. They give them tax breaks every single year. So my thing doing that, and if you gonna be cutting people them type of deals, you shouldn't be complaining about giving people $300 a month in food stamps. You shouldn't. Now, where will there be people taking advantage of this situation? That's what we're gonna drop this content for. Go ahead and listen to it.
Meanwhile, Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins says investigators have uncovered massive fraud in the nation's food stamp program. Rollins says thousands of dead people and ineligible recipients are still getting benefits.
In a Fox News interview, Rollins called SNAP a broken and corrupt program after benefits lapsed over the weekend. She said 21 states refused to share data on whether illegal immigrants were receiving the benefits, but that investigators still found widespread abuse in states that had cooperated.
Did you hear that? They said that even illegal immigrants were receiving government assistance. You feel me? And this is where people don't get it, man. Everybody wants to come to America for the American dream. But what about the Americans that are here right now suffering? People have been putting boots on the ground, job after job, going to work year after year, barely get to move up, barely surviving. Even for the Mexican Americans that are here, bro, these people are struggling too. And you think that it's fair for somebody else from another country to come and get the benefits that you barely get right now? That ain't fair, bro. And then on top of that, I mean, nigga, look at these pictures. Don't none of these people look melanated to me? Welfare benefit frauds, people cashing in on deceased family members and friends, still receiving benefits for them. Is that fair? Now, you may say, oh, people are struggling and this, and that. Well, just imagine the thousands of people that are getting benefits for people that are no longer here. Them benefits could be dispersed on top of the benefits that they are giving to illegal immigrants. Them benefits can be dispersed throughout the citizens and the constituents of the United States. But people are not looking at it like that. Oh, go get a job. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This and that, food stamps. Oh, your mama get food stamps. Who don't need help in America? They just changed the rent laws in this motherfucker. But they still jackass prices. Okay, rent might be $1,800. They want damn near $1,800 for the security deposit. That's still first and last. Motherfuckers, bro, what's really going on out here? These motherfuckers that I keep, nigga, propagating up here, keep showing they picture, these are the reason why the benefits, the food stamps are gone. None of these people look black. None of these people look Mexican. This is an investigation that happened, and people are going to be convicted of government assistance fraud. Now, I understand they're going to make some type of, oh, you know, these people, you know, they're not criminals. They were just hungry and all this and all that. You feel me? People are getting to the point of being selfish, bro. If you stick to the basics, you feel me? Shit gonna happen. But people want to live above their means. They want to eat steak and rice every fucking night. Boiling crabs, shrimp cocktails and shit like that. That's the people that now you are abusing your situation. Your income ain't beneficial to boiling crab, steak, filet mignon, and salmon every motherfucking goddamn week. And these the same people right here that's on this screen that go around and say that people are abusing the government assisted programs. But then they be the same people that's doing it. People want to blame people. Keisha be, you know what I'm saying, in there buying salmon and all this and all that, or doing this and doing that with her food stamps. Them is her food stamps. Now, if LaQuique ain't got no fucking food stamps for little Tyrone and them at the end of the month, that's her mismanagement. That is not fraud. If LaQuique want Tyrone and them to be eating steak and filet, all types of shit, she's mismanaging her food stamps. She is not committing fraud. These people have committed fraud to where it has affected the food stamp outcome for the nation. And again, none of these criminals are black. And we know how they love to put up pictures of black people. Oh yeah, they're black. They're misusing the government assistance. They're doing this. They're doing that. Even other black people. Oh man, you know the wooty woo woo. That's they benefits. That's what they get. They want to do some fuck shit with their benefits. They can do it. Them is they benefits. But we talking about the people that's getting benefits for dead people. You can't complain about a person doing, nigga, that's they shit. They can do what they want to with they shit. But now we can say something about you receiving benefits for a dead person. I don't give a fuck if that's your family or not. This motherfuckers out here starving. That shit take away from all that money that's being taken away from, bro, and people be, oh, the homeless gotta eat. You know, people need to help the homeless and do this. You think all these people, these thousands of people that's receiving benefits give a fuck about the homeless? Nah, because if they did, they wouldn't be doing that, bro. And I feel like, like I said, this need that. Hey, Sticky Man, in my, can you still hear me? Let me know if you can still hear me. I had a phone call. But it needed to happen, man. You feel me? It most definitely needed to happen. You feel me? This shit gotta change, bro. Even with Social Security, people that be, you know, good looking, you know, receiving Social Security for they that's dead and gone. You feel me? Let's look at it like this. You've been receiving benefits and Social Security income for these people that been dead this whole time and ain't did shit with it. So now, you feel me? Don't government finna step in and the government saying, man, look, we could do something better. We got all these people receiving this Social Security income that's not even here. We could use that money. People want to blame somebody, man. Look, I remember to the county building on Pico and Sepulveda, right? Like in Culver City. And I used to, the only reason that motherfucker, because I remember the first time I got out of the county, I went over there and everybody, it was faster. So I went there, right? I was seeing bitches coming that motherfucker with Gucci shoes, YSL, all type of expensive shit, bro. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Hermes, Von Dutch on when that was like, bro, what? Like, how do they get away with this shit? Like, they actually up in here with Louis Vuitton bags on, begging, tripping about food stamps. And y'all talking about a nigga that's coming downtown to get his food stamps and he mad because he ain't got them, and y'all talking about like he really need them? She's got a Louis bag on her arm. How bad is she doing? Like I always say, bro, niggas, I'm talking about ignorant people. People don't realize how they abuse their authority. Realize they abuse their situation. Like, and you may just look at it from a selfish perspective, but if we all thought in a caring mode, motherfuckers wouldn't be out here being selfish. But also, you know, that's the government, you know, things like that. But that's time for another story. These people that's right here, put the big picture back up here. These is the people, the reason why your food stamps is gone. Now they say that they gonna be doing some new rules. You feel me? Now, I don't know how much, you know, I ain't no politician, but from what they saying, you know, they gonna restructure. And Man, let me know how you feel though, man. Since you said that's how you feel, King. Like, you feel me? So you feel people don't deserve food stamps? Like, let me know what you think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. Cause I feel that every citizen, man, needs to get some type of government assistance. But that's they food stamps though, bro. Hey, just because he's selling his food stamps that he don't need them, maybe he good that month. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying, I walk around and I think it be out on the corners giving out the free food or some shit one of them days, right? I go get the free food, they give me the box, and I only use two things in the box and I throw everything else away. They gonna tell you, even if you don't need everything, take it anyway, because you never know when you might need it. I might be good this month. You can't pay for a job that he do. I don't feel just broke people need $300 a month for groceries. I feel like every don't make 100,000 on people that make 90,000 on down need $300 a month. You feel me? Facts. But you can't be mad at somebody if he want to sell his food stamps. That's him. But if this nigga getting food stamps for somebody else and he's selling his or he's selling theirs and keeping his, then nigga, we finna cut that off. You need to start making pimp decisions with what we give you. If you want to sell them and be hungry at the end of the month, nigga, that's on you. You can't cry about it. But how dare you cry about you selling somebody else food stamps and selling yours, or selling somebody else food stamps and keeping yours? That person dead, bro. You manipulating the situation. You must make over 100,000 a year though, big time. You feel me? I don't see nothing wrong with if somebody want to sell their food stamps, bro. I mean, I get it though. I get what you saying though, Sticky. Like, motherfuckers selling that shit. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent, that ain't fair. You only feel like it's not fair maybe because you make a certain amount every year or you make a certain amount every month. I'm of the proposition that the vast majority of citizens in America deserve $300 food stamps every year. I mean, every month. It's kind of like socialism, I think, right? I think it's socialism. Or it could be communism. I forgot, right? Because, you feel me, I ain't. But it's where you have so much that after you produce and do so much that you give back to the government. And I think that program with food stamps is kind of like that socialist program. That after you do so much, like in Russia, the government say, okay, you doing good now, and you could afford to help out other people that ain't got it, because you are doing good. And I think that's where it comes in with the food stamps and those restaurants that involve. I think that all restaurants need to involve themselves in that position in that program. I'm talking about Roof Chris, all that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, people just because they on food stamps don't mean they don't want to go out to Roof Chris. It might be 3 of them. They might be able to spend their food stamps and spend 70 cash. It's restaurants that don't allow people to sit down as a family off of the food stamps, bro. And I think that generates a lot of dysfunction within the family, because over dinner is where you find a lot of peace and conversation within the home. King says, what I'm saying is that a lot of people really need food stamps, and you have a lot of people who don't really need it. I want to say, that's why I say a certain tax bracket of people deserve food stamps. You know, whatever they do with their food stamps, I'm helping you out. I could lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink. If you know you thirsty, it would be reasonable to drink from that lake right now. You a horse. You know you like to run. You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga led you to water and you a horse and you been running all day, the most conscious thing to do would be to drink that water. That's just, you just doing that out of your good heart. You leading a horse to water that need water. You might even shove the nigga face in the water, but if he ain't gonna drink it, you can't make him drink it. That's the same thing with the food stamps. Nigga, the government give you food stamps. You can't make a motherfucker spend them food stamps on him. Them is his food stamps to do with the fuck he wants to do. He is a citizen that deserved them food stamps. You think when Muammar Gaddafi was the president of Libya and he was giving people money, or we ain't even gonna use Gaddafi because that's old. You think the people of Saudi Arabia, when they give their citizens, they check every month for that oil. You think the government of Saudi Arabia telling them, nigga, they can't pay their car note and their light bill with that money? They gotta go. They not telling them that that's theirs. What's yours is yours. What you choose to do with it, eventually you gonna start losing weight. You gonna start being hungry, and you gonna start understanding. Now, when we get into people with drug problems and shit like that, they still need money. But they still need a program. You know, I just, you know, you know, and a lot of talk been coming out of, like, you know, the African American community about, you know, being mad about the food stamps and all that. And a lot of people be clowning like, even white people. And my thing is, we ain't the ones abusing the system. Even though you might see somebody selling their food stamps, we are not the ones committing a criminal act here. Yeah, like that's the thing. That $3,500, bro, could have been dispersed to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's over 10 families, bro. 10 families could have got an extra $300 in food stamps. When $3,500 got food stamps was given to an illegal immigrant. That's the problem here, bro. A lot of people may not say it is, but yes, it's cool to have a cool heart, but when do you feed the stranger before you feed the people in your house? There's a saying that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, right? It was a hadith. There was a man. He used to pray all day. He made all the sunnah prayers. He made all the extra prayers. He did all the obligatory prayers, the mandated prayers. He did every prayer that you were supposed to do every day, right? So the people came to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and they told him, they said, Prophet, you know what I'm saying? Messenger of Allah, Rasulullah, we have found a man that does all the salah. He does more prayer than you. He does all the sunnah prayer. He does all the mandatory prayer. He does all the extra prayers. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he replied to his sahabi, to his companion, and he said, who takes care of him? Who feeds him? Who gives him somewhere to bathe, lay his head? Who takes care of him? And the sahabi, the people of the community, they said, we do. They said, you are better than him. What he does is madness. I don't even do all the prayers. And what he meant by that is, if you commit to do all the prayers, Allah is not telling you that you have to do all of these prayers. But if you can find it within your day to do all these prayers while taking care of your family, because that's a duty of Islam as well. You have to provide for your children, your wife, your family. Your wife has to provide. So if all you doing all day is praying, you are not fulfilling other obligations in Islam. But that don't mean you're not no Muslim, though. It don't mean that. So if you get food stamps and you sell them, that don't make you a bad person. Not at all. So the moral of the story is, you have to provide for yourself. And there's a line to draw in that providing for yourself. Now, if you go over that line, then hey, you abusing your situation. And I get it. If a nigga selling his food stamps every month, hey, that nigga may be doing something. You know what I'm saying? He may got a job. They may not caught on to him yet. If he got a good job, you feel me, nigga making over 100,000 and he's still getting food stamps, yeah, nigga, send that nigga an email. Tell him it ain't gonna be happening next month. I don't give a fuck who he is. I don't. Because motherfuckers have taken abuse of the little people for too long. Motherfuckers have taken abuse of those that need real help for too long, bro. And it's these type of motherfuckers that's on this screen is the reason why we in this situation right now. Oh man, people, every time I see black people, they selling their food stamps. Well, why there ain't no black people on this screen right now? You feel me? That ain't the only picture. That ain't the only picture. Like, come on. Man, how does a country that prints its own money ever goes broke? But like I said, man, y'all want to be mad at somebody for them food stamps being gone? Look at them faces right there. Them the people that the reason why your stamps gone. Y'all gotta ask yourself, man, you know, like people always talking bad about government assistance. Like before your children was able to go to school and receive free breakfast at school, the American government had a pilot program. That means it's only gonna work if we feed it. It's only gonna work if we put money into it. It's a pilot program. It's just something to make us look good real quick. But the Black Panther Party, their free breakfast program was so efficient that it made America go from having a pilot program to instituting everyday mandatory. This ain't what the government did. This is what the constituents of America, some citizens of America did. Why? Because they understood and overstood that people needed help to eat. If you can't think right, you can't be too productive without energy in your body. This is what the Black Panther Party made the American government recognize. Now, you look at the food, is it made to really nourish the body? I don't believe so. But at least you're getting some type of food, right? To a certain degree. That's the same thing with the food stamps. Just because you go to school, you don't get to go to college trying to learn to help better this country. You don't get to go to college and go to the cafeteria and nigga slide them a ticket, a little orange, yellowish ticket, and be like, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get my lunch. It ain't like you got a job and when they pay you, you sending the money to a foreign country. If you could send money to a foreign country every month, you probably don't need food stamps. You probably don't need food stamps. You know? And the only way you can send money out every month is if you're making over 100,000. Food stamps is vital to the community, man. People don't understand that. I'm all for the Trump not letting people buy junk food with food stamps. Y'all gotta understand, like, we talk so much shit about this nigga, me included. I got a right and I got a left. The same way I praise you and talk good about the shit you do, soon as you do some bullshit, nigga, I'ma smack you right up beside the head, nigga, with the left to let you realize. I'm a fair opportunist. I'm a California bear, not a California raisin. But what this nigga is saying about these food stamps is true. Nigga, I don't remember every motherfucking kid, child, little baby having fucked up teeth off of the candy, but now that's how it is. And motherfuckers is mad because nigga Trump say, man, we not finna let y'all keep buying this bullshit. It ain't no good for you. But people are saying what? Those are my food stamps. I should be able to give my kid what they want. Again, it's their food stamps. They should be able to do what they want. You still gonna be able to buy food, just not no food that's gonna make your kid fat, lazy, and obese. Maybe autistic, slow. You ain't never gonna have somebody that's really, like I said, man, if Trump don't shut down this Israel shit, then yeah, like I know Trump don't like Muslims. I know he rocks with the Jews, but I also know that a lot of the shit that this nigga be on, he be on point. People don't see it. They don't get it. Motherfuckers love to scream America for Americans, but then when it's really American for Americans, don't nobody want to be American for America. Like, let's be real here, bro. Do you really want your kids eating food that possibly, nigga, more likely than not, give them some type of birth defect, you wouldn't want your kids to touch that. They putting cement mixture in food, rat poisoning, all type of bullshit, fucking chemicals from the army, and like, what? Come on, man. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you can afford to send money to a foreign country every month, you got to be making 100,000 a year, bro. Now, people that are doing that underneath 100,000 a year, they're fucking struggling. But if you gonna go take care of some people in another country, and I get it, it's your family, and if you are gonna do that with the shit that I'm giving you, you could possibly be aiding a fucking enemy. I can't do that. Lil Bambito, Lil Tyrone over there in another country, you sending this nigga money, this nigga might be over there anarchist, anti-American. Hold on, Lil Tyrone. Nigga, you might look like me, but nigga, hey, look. Keep that shit with death to Americans. Nigga, keep that shit death to the government. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know what you doing with your money. And if I catch you doing that with the shit that I'm giving you, guess what? Dave Chappelle, you're cut off. Guess what? The McRibs come out next week. Guess who won't be getting none? You won't. You're cut off. You came to America to find a better life. You wanted part of the American dream. You say you found it, you struggled, you got it, you know what I'm saying? Well, tell your folks to come over here, stand in line, do what that needs to be done like you did, and enjoy the American dream. And within 6 months, they'll find out the American dream is a fucking American nightmare. Yeah. Because you ain't going to tell them how hard it is, how racial it is. You ain't going to tell them that you only going to be able to get certain jobs like this over here, if you really don't speak English, or, they'll work with you, but, if you do this, like, let's be real. The American dream has turned into American nightmare. And that's why the reason why I'm talking about shit like this, it got to the American nightmare because shit like this. We are not helping each other out no more. If we are not on one accord, how can it be an American dream if everybody dreaming for a different thing? We just all need to be dreaming for prosperity. It don't matter if you're an illegal immigrant, you come here, you do process, you stand in line, you do what you do. Okay, but nigga, you think you finna come over here, nigga, and get some food stamps, nigga, $3,500 worth, nigga, and get a debit card with like $1,500-$2,500 on it, nigga, get low income rent, nigga, and all that, nigga, move in specials and all that. Oh no. Cause guess what? I can't go to no country being American doing that, let alone being a black man from America. Oh, you're a gangbanger. You're a criminal. You stigmatized. But they ain't gonna tell you that though. Can I go to France and just be like, hey, I'm here. Let me get that motherfucking visa, bitch. Yeah, and nigga, I need to get hired. What y'all getting on food stamps? Matter of fact, I need double that. And fuck that visa, nigga, I'm just here, nigga. And guess what, nigga, I might rob a couple people, but you better not send me back to America because that ain't fair. That's why motherfuckers don't like Americans, because they come over there like that. That ain't fair. Motherfuckers are now coming to America, and I'm not saying what Americans did was fair. That's why I don't fuck with the government. Certain shit about the government I just don't rock with. But I'm not just gonna sit here and keep my mouth closed about certain shit. Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. That is the propaganda that the American government wants you to believe. A lot of these people know, bro, it is not the American citizens that got nothing to do with a whole lot of motherfuckers. Know we hate the American government. Like the line the pun I just pulled earlier, it was just all fun and games. Yes, is it some places that you can get kidnapped? I would go to Africa before I go back to Mexico. I would go to let me see. I would go to Nigeria before I go back to Africa. Before I go back to Mexico. Like, seriously. Like, nigga, that's across the border. Nigga, I am not, nigga, a whole water away from home. Do you know what happens to motherfuckers in Mexico right now that are American? I'd rather go to Burkina Faso right now. People would love to tell you that Americans are not liked. Now, do Americans have some type of stigmatizations that reflect that's true? Do we act a certain way? Is certain things generalized as us that could be found true? Hell yeah. It's like with the Koreans or the Chinese, I don't know which ones it is, but they be having badass breath. Even the bitches. Like, I don't understand. Like, they shit smell like sour cabbage all day, no matter how much cigarette smoke they shit always smell like kimchi. I'm sorry. But do that make me be like, oh, I don't like it? Nah, nigga, I just turn to the right or to the left when I talk to these niggas. You feel me, nigga? I don't be wanting to smell that shit. Just like some motherfuckers, Americans, they feel like they the best. We can't help it if another country don't feel like that self about theyself or about their country. You feel me? We might be a little over too confident, but hey, it is what it is, man. A lot of motherfuckers want you to believe Americans is not love places, bro. Especially blacks. Especially black Americans, bro. Now, do you have some people, Africans that try to get over on you? They don't look at you like African. Yeah, man, you got shit like that everywhere, bro. But, I ain't gonna say, Americans is cool everywhere, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, I mean, fortunately, what I'm saying, every time I was able to go there, I came back, but it was the atmosphere, bro. It was, I grew up in the 80s, bro. So for me growing up, around gun violence, it wasn't nothing new. But when you go to Mexico, you feel me, and you hear the gunshots, and you, everywhere you go, you getting escorted by the police, you got to type shit. That shit is weird. It don't just feel uncomfortable. It feel dangerous as fuck. And I don't want to live like that. Why the fuck would I be wanting to have to move where every step I take, nigga, it's damn, I'm thinking about somebody gonna try, bro, and then, niggas is dying right, meters away. Niggas taking over whole shits. It's just huh? Bro, I won in America. Why would I want to move around a country that is built on fuckery. Nuh-uh. Sorry, Mexico, no disrespect. It's real beautiful over there, but y'all got a lot of hatred, bro. Like, for real. Y'all worse than some of these ISIS motherfuckers. You feel me? Y'all, them cartels just don't care. And I feel like some of them cartels is not even controlled by Mexicans. You feel me? I just don't. You know, they might be ran, but controlled, like, nah, man. I just can't believe it, because some of them crimes of, you know, Americans being kidnapped, like that type of shit brings the police, the DEA heavier. It don't just mean to that location, but into Mexico more harder. And it's just like, America has always had a policy. Now, where did they get it from? I don't know. But America, I mean, I know I can't say Kanye West, but America has always had a policy that has been theorized, or you can call it a conspiracy theory, that in order to get the vast majority of public opinion in their favor, they ain't got no problem killing 1 or 10 or thousands. You know, look what they did in Philadelphia to the MOVE organization. You know, look what they did to Black Wall Street. You know, it wasn't for the advancement of the nation. It was for the advancement of a narrative. Man, had another phone call, man. Let me know if everything good on the volume though, Sticky. But yeah though, man, getting back to the food stamps though, man, you know, it's time that paint today a different narrative. Finally that the narrative that been being painted of, oh, you know, blacks do this, you know, all this. They abuse the system. They don't really need it. You know, but these are the face of the current situation of food stamp fraud. One of the main reasons of why you do not have food stamps this month, and probably could be next month. I'm just saying though. Don't shoot the messenger. And all these motherfuckers look mean too. Look at this motherfucker right here on the top of right hand corner, the nigga with the beard, like he smoke a ton of Marlboros. You feel me? And then the nigga right next to him with the blowback hairline like mine, right? He just look racist as fuck. And then the female kind of in the middle with like the yellow collar thing on, she look like, you know, a little meth addict. You know what I mean? All these people in here look poor too. You know, they just look mad. Look like they fucking poor Billy Bob Thornton. Shit going on. And they probably need food stamps too, but you feel me? Like, but they frauding. They frauding. Can't be mad at me. I mean, these motherfuckers can't even be mistakenly mixed. Motherfuckers don't look Mexican, Asian. Like, none of these motherfuckers, like, how do y'all feel about this stuff, man? Like, let me know, like, for real. Like, grandma right here, top left with the gray hair. Boy. Like, all these, like, just look at her. Like, that shit is crazy. And I'm not even gonna say who these people look like, because I don't even want to get in trouble no more. You feel me? I don't want no smoke. All I'm gonna say is these people all got the same skin color. They cannot be mistakenly Mexican or black. They could be illegal immigrants, though. They can possibly be illegal immigrants. But yeah, man, that's all, man. On that situation. To be honest, um, I just felt that it was quite interesting that normally, even like with the NBA fraud situation going on, you know, the names that we hear with that is Chauncey Billups. It's always the black names, but they tell us the masterminds and the money guys behind it was the Italian mafia. So why are we not seeing their names plastered all over the media? Who are you guys trying to protect and who are you trying to destroy? So now it's a spade is getting called a spade. And I'm not, trying to make it look like that, but I'm just giving my rebuttal and my assessment of what the media has allowed to be dropped in our laps. But again, this is the reason why your benefits are gone. This is why Trump did what he did. Let me know if y'all agree with Trump, though. Do y'all think Trump is, he should put a ban on food stamps buying junk food? All right, let me know what y'all think, man, before we get up out of here.
Federal officials plan to enforce changes to the food stamp program SNAP. Beginning in November, SNAP gives money to people to buy groceries. According to the Congressional Budget Office, the changes will cut federal funding for SNAP by $187 billion through 2034. Joining us now to tell us more about the upcoming changes to the food stamp program is Lawrence Wilson, reporter for the Epoch Times. Lawrence, always good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Can you talk to us about what are the immediate changes to the program we should be aware of?
Well, the most immediate thing that's going to be happening is so-called work requirements are going to be changed starting November 1st, as you mentioned. Now, this is and it adds some to existing work requirements. So people who receive SNAP benefits generally are going to be required to work or attend job training or volunteer in the community for 20 hours a week or 80 hours a month. And of course, there are some exceptions to that.
Now, that's no problem. You heard what he said, man. 80 hours a week, 20 hours a week, you still gonna get food stamps. What's wrong with that? You telling me you don't want no chili bean? You don't want to go job training, get you a trade or something, learn how to do something? You sitting on the couch all day anyhow. You don't want to, you feel me?
But the idea is that it gets people who are able to do something productive, even if they can't afford or work a full-time job, or if they still need assistance, but at least they do something productive with their time if they're able to do it.
But will the program be more accessible or less, or rather more accessible or to more people or less after these changes?
Well, there's another change too that's going to involve people who had immigrated into the country and don't have a legal status. So there's going to be some changes there too, which we can talk about later if you like. But less accessible. It's estimated that about 2.4 million fewer people will be receiving SNAP benefits by 2034, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Now that compares with about 41 million people a month who are receiving SNAP benefits right now.
A number of groups that used to be exempt from the worker requirement no longer will be. Can you break down that for us?
Yeah, there was an exemption for people who were, for example, younger than age 55. So people 18 to 54, it really applied to adults, that is. Now that's been moved up to younger than age 65. So if you're 64 or younger and able-bodied, you would be expected to work if possible. People with dependent children have been exempted from this requirement as well, but they've changed the age limit for the dependent children. It used to be up to 18 years old living at home. Now it's up to or under age 13 and living at home. So if you have older teen kids, you could be expected to participate in those work requirements. Also, there were exemptions for people who were homeless, certain veterans, and people who were age 24 or younger than age 24 who had aged out of the foster care system. And those exemptions have now been taken away.
Are there any critics? What are they saying?
Now, I don't believe people that, was in the foster care and, now that they're 18, it should be taken away from them. Like, I don't, like, people need help, man. People grow up without parents, man. Shit happens, bro. It's up to the government, though. Like I say, some things be cool, some things be bad. I feel like that's making the bad situation worse. Because then, they already dealing with mental deficiencies of why they in the placement in foster care and, so I just believe that, it needs to be fixed, and some of these people, man, just don't deserve it. But you want to know why your food stamp's taken away? Say thank you. Y'all know what I say, man. Y'all know what it is. But my motto is take care of each other. And if you can't do that, take care of your motherfucking self.